All right, so what you can do is
go for a call.
I just put this mic.
Oh.
And
Hey,
this,
guys,
so now it'll work through this microphone. Just quiet for a second. So now, the great clips. There's a P. There's a solid P.
We had baseball nights, guys. That's for the great clips. Whoops.
Anyway, we do want to thank Great Lips for all their great. We do want to thank Great Clips for all their support of our media boat, of racing in general in the area, and of course the Vauquier 51, the dominating Centurion, the Island Flyer of Denny Manrique. How come you can't get Denny into an A-Scow there, Sean? And you can go into results, and already you can see the results from race 1. So that's a nice handy, and there are 21 boats scored. Horace Irvine, who seems to have gotten lost somewhere on the way, gets a DNS for that one. He was registered, and so that will be our, what, 5 minutes?
Got stuck in the flood.
There's no class flag up, though. Oh, where? Well, what is that guy doing, though?
Oh yeah, that's the race.
Oh, that's not a line boat. It's just a race management boat. Because you couldn't put that flag up on the race boat. Place. And the first non-Minnetonka boat was, of course, the Eagle. Vince Porter's A-Scow from Lake Geneva. Then we've got Joel Ronning and Tom Freitag, Brian Henke after those guys, and plenty of other great sailors spread out throughout the fleet. Rob Evans working really hard to get back up into 12th place after 17th at the top mark there, working the left side of the shore. It didn't work. Take a look at the number 3 boat from the last time, the Eagle, already luffing up into the wind here, looking for the starboard end, so they clearly want the right a little bit. Down working the far end, the M21, the M10, some well-sailed local boats. So some of the very strong locals headed to the left. What about the boat that won that last race? What about Pat Hughes? Where's he at, Petey?
Right here. He's right there at port end.
Port end. All right, so that's why. Who's that? So let's put it on Tom for a second. Tommy Freitag working hard on port tack to get across the fleet. He really wants to get out on the right. And with that big right shift that we already had, he wants to get even deeper into it. Maybe he feels like there's more coming. And he just got some, in fact.
Yeah, there you go.
And if
Where's the logo? Where's the logo? Well, it's at the bottom. There's just.
You're good.
no, pull that logo off. Make it the little logo. You're fine.
Yeah, so you're
And I mean, look at these guys over here. They're pretty kinked up over here on the right. But I think it's going to cave a little bit, and then the left will come in.
Seems like the guys on the right just have had more and more right shift. They worked the, you're looking at right now, you're looking at Tommy Freitag, and they worked that point a little bit and tacked on the point. And it seems to be pretty much on a ley line. I don't know, maybe it's a little short, but to me, from where we're sitting, looks like these guys have made a nice call on the right. And the left's getting soft. I got to say, it's getting soft. So more local knowledge from the back we got is that if you're going to go left, you got to go really hard left here. You can't sort of work the middle left because it just is super soft. You got to work. You know, Sean, man, there's definitely a level of sailing in the field where top guys tend to sail a little bit fat and fast all the time, and the guys further in the back of the fleet tend to pinch up a little bit and try and hold their lanes and go a little bit slower. All right, Petey just said we got a big lefty. In fact, look at the fleet. Like swans, they all go in the same direction, and they've all tacked back onto port because they're probably on the ley line there with that big lefty on the shore. We can see a little bit of darker texture up there. And that being said, the right still looks like they're moving really well. This is the Mick Riddle post-bandment race. Post-bandment. Yeah.
Oh, it's ripping now. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid 10 knots in here.
Well, actually, you know what? They're probably going to drive. I think they might.
I think
What are they going to do? They're going to drive set and come down to the breeze?
looks like the M1 goes around first, which is who? Oh no.
Oh, is there some?
What's?
What do you mean in front of them? Like,
No,
They're gonna get you like right here.
they're getting more breed.
All right, so we're still with you.
Here's some shots of Rover behind. They look cool. I like it. For that, this table shows how big those types are.
I think we're back. Wonder if this thing's just getting hot. No, it's fine. All right, now we're going.
Shot, man. You know that one? There's the days that just skim
All right, will you make another copy of that one and put race 2
It's actually in the water.
on it?
Yeah.
Nobody worried about you.
All right, so we got sound? Yeah. Welcome back here. We just had a couple streaming issues, but welcome back to race 2 here. The 2014 Jaguar Land Rover A-Scow National Championship on Lake Minnetonka, Minnesota.
Probably fleet downwind.
We are chasing the fleet downwind, and we're going to try and get at the top mark for the first time this regatta. It's pretty hard to catch these boats when you cannot make a wake. And if you haven't seen our coverage before, what you don't know is that this lake is at such high levels. So we take a look at the W88 Asylum come by. Look how pretty. Is that Louis? And Louis, Harry Allen, a bunch of other great guys. Billy Allen, sorry. But what you don't know is the lake is at such high levels, the highest ever recorded in history, that the government has imposed a no-wake zone so that the waves from the boats don't destroy people's yards, lawns, docks.
Obama.
It's all Obama's fault. Eagle and P9999 on the right here, looking where we're looking. And you're looking right now, though, at now. What's the white one? Is that Cosmic Warrior?
There we go. We got M2 around.
So M2 is around first.
Nope. You went in front of the mark. Don't listen to me anymore. Awesome. Thank you so much. You got to come back.
You were at 440.
Yeah, I was at 480 before. So we're back with you guys. Turn that thing out of here. We're back up with you, and thank you for tuning in. We're gonna check YouTube and see if it's streaming. Safari, yeah. There you go. So our stream is good. All right. So thank you for coming back with us. We're just, it's been a while since we did a stream and working with a few new things. And Friday is a little bit of our testing day, but right now we're headed up to the top mark in the last race of the day, race 2 of the 2014 Jaguar Land Rover A-Scow. Because they're almost always sailing on small water. This course is what, maybe 1.2? Yeah, about 1.2 miles.
Yeah, the 1.22.
Tom Hodgson. It was a hell of a move from the Evans boys. Look at that. And around they go. What a great job from Rob Evans to get just around ahead of the I-1 boat of Vince Porter. with Jimmy Glick coming around in third.
And then JD and the M2.
And then JD on the M2 coming around next. Verber.
Yeah, he sails with JD on the
I'm terrible. The back of our boat says the flesh pressure is right. And certainly the Cosmic Warrior agreeing. And they're getting bent down pretty hard, Petey. They're just on a 20-degree lefty right there. That was huge. That was huge. That is going to be an easy runaway run for Robbie Evans. Oh no! Oh, look at that! All right, a little bit of sportsmanship there.
Surprise, surprise.
The Instigator doing a little 360. Is it 2 guys on the high side? So even though there's a nice breeze here, you lock the boat up, and that means bodies to leeward. And this is actually a really dangerous time to sail these boats because it's in this light breeze when you've got half the boat to leeward. That one puff can knock you on your face and make you swim. So this is one of the toughest times to sail these boats is the moderate conditions where you just have to get crew weight moving around a lot. Because again, no bulb, no keel, no lead, no bronze. Very back of the fleet last few boats. And
Carl's in because he will crash jive on you and T-bone.
have you been there?
Seen it happen.
And these guys carrying a really nice puff down here. Who's this?
That is the boozin'.
The Boozin', the V7, the Kitties. And those are what, in their 20s now?
Yeah.
A whole crew in their 20s. Talked about them before a little bit, but sort of in here. Race 2 of the A-Scow National Championship. It's been an on and off day. If you missed the first race, it was Pat Hughes with the Melvin that took the first race. Who was Tommy Burton with the Instigator took second, who's now near the back of the fleet. And third in that first race was Vince Porter. In this race, though, Cosmic Warrior Rob Evans has launched himself. The same strategy that he used in the first race that didn't work. But in this afternoon's race, it worked nicely. That left side was really strong. And Rob has sailed away on a very one-sided racetrack. They worked all the way down the same side on the way downwind, got a massive gust, and then a header, and then a lift. They jibed on the lift, took that into the mark. And we are hanging around here following the back marker M64. Who's that?
Jonathan McDonough.
Jonathan McDonough. Also an E-boat guy.
Now I noticed he's got his 9-year-old daughter on board.
Jonathan's got his 9-year-old daughter. His 9-year-old daughter, Erin, on board. And we keep saying it's family programs. They're just really fun people. We'll get a little tight shot on Erin. And it looks like she's looking around, looking for puffs, doing her job on the boat. And you can see, you look at the stern of that boat. You see these A-Scows are not. It's not a one design boat. It's a boat that's built to a rule, and it's been around long enough. There's been some different iterations in the sterns and bows and bits and pieces, but they do sail one design, and they're pretty close in speed. Like any one design or box rule, the guys who spend a lot of money and work a lot hard on prep have faster boats than the guys who don't. But then again, you see a boat like Instigator that was second in the first race, now back of the pack in the second. So it can just come down to making errors on your race leader, Rob Evans, on the Cosmic Warrior M1. And down in the corner, we got V57 leading out to the right side looking upwind. I think there's there another boat right behind him or no? There is. I can just see it peeking out. And that might be the I-1. The M21.
Yeah, those guys.
Hi. Hi. I don't know about that left, Petey.
It looks a little light over
We did say that Tennis National Championship in Lake Minnetonka aboard the good ship Pontooner.
Yeah, I'll give her a call.
With thanks to Jaguar, Land Rover, our sponsors, and great clips.
Thank you.
And we are not far from a finish here. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty tight here. We've got John Dennis. We're watching him carve up here on a little bit of a righty and pressure.
Going over to Rob right now.
And you can see Rob Evans up on his hip. Evans in a controlling position, but except for one. Who's that poking his head around there, Petey?
On the
Watch out for
Uh-huh.
57 here.
I'm not sure. I didn't see. Time and all his crew members have.
I think I1's ahead of M2 there, isn't he? I think he is. It looks to me like Porter crossed Dennis. But it depends. Can he get the tack finished in time? I think he can. I think it's no problem.
Yeah, he's like.
Watch Allen off your left.
Watch out here.
Working it in 5th place or 6th place. That's your top 6.
And we got a gap.
And we got a little bit of a performance differential on that race.
Ooh, snipe.
Wow. So in fact, the W25 takes out Joel Ronning at the last second. And the instigator making up.
Mike 10. Juliet 5.
So the instigator gets the best of that little group too. And here comes the V999. He's a boy. Chuck Lampier is going to come in next.
Well, no, he's
Tomorrow's race
996.
3 is 1100. 1100.
Our race coordinator, Blake Middleton, letting us know that 11 o'clock Central Time is when we start racing tomorrow. That's 12 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock if you're in Montana. 9 o'clock if you're on the East Coast.
What time is it, Botswana?
5 o'clock in England. 6 o'clock in the evening in Sweden.
Just lets the phone.
9 o'clock at night in Tibet. Midnight in Auckland. And 2 a.m. 4 days from now in the Kiribati.
We're just gonna dump off the crew and I'm gonna load her back to you.
When do you pick up tomorrow?
You sending messages, Petey? Send a voicemail? Well, we can wrap this then.
We can wrap this. One thing.
Talk for my whole crew here and the whole Sailing Anarchy team. We'll see you tomorrow.